Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about how to craft the perfect morning routine. And morning routines are a fantastic way to set the tone for your day as well as jumpstart some of your health or wellness goals. Whether you're a morning person or not, this can be a really special time of day to work on yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically. So before we move on and talk about exactly how to craft the perfect morning routine, I think it's really important that we understand that no one can tell you exactly what morning routine is going to be right for you. There are so many articles and videos online of, oh, this is what this person's morning routine looks like, or this person's morning routine looks like. And it's wonderful that many high-achieving individuals have developed strong morning routines that have helped them to become successful. But if we really break down and look at it, each one of those people's morning routines looks different. And the reason why is that they're all different. So the secret to crafting a perfect morning routine isn't about copying someone else's exactly, but about crafting a morning routine that's centered on what's important to you. And so that's exactly what we're going to be focusing on in today's video. I'm not here to prescribe a specific morning routine for you, but rather to give you the ingredients you need to create the recipe for your own perfect morning routine. So let's talk about how this works. I've compiled a list of 20 different elements of successful and productive people's morning routines. And in our analogy of a recipe, we can use these as the ingredients of the morning routine that we're going to be crafting. And of course, the most important aspect of any routine is that we make it achievable so that we're not setting ourselves up for failure. So while if you had 3 hours to spare every morning, you might be able to do all 20 of the elements we're going to be talking about, what I instead want you to do is focus on picking 4 or 5 of these ingredients, these morning routine elements that you can begin incorporating into your morning every day. Okay, so that's the plan, and as we move into each of these 20 ideas of different morning routine ingredients, be thinking about and maybe even writing down which 5 of these elements is going to help me move towards my goals and my priorities mentally, emotionally, and physically. And before we move into each of these 20 ingredients, if you're here for the first time, hi, my name is Ashlynne, and I make videos every week on this channel about minimalism, decluttering, and intentional living. So if that sounds interesting to you, be sure to hit that subscribe button below. But now let's get started with our first morning routine element, and that's to spend 5 to 15 minutes stretching or doing light body weight exercises. And when we first wake up from a good night's rest, our bodies are often stiff from sleeping in the same position all night. And so spending a few minutes getting the kinks out of your body, doing some light stretching, can be a fantastic way to start your morning by getting your body moving, your blood flowing, and your brain kick-started as well. Moving on, idea number 2 is to make your bed. And this is a great habit to develop from a practical standpoint in that you have a clean and tidy bedroom to come back to at the end of the day, but also from a mental standpoint, it's really powerful when we're able to start off our days with small wins. Those small wins end up modeling the success that we want to see throughout the rest of our day. And so making your bed each morning can be an easy way of modeling those wins that you want to see and just setting up the rest of your day for success. Next, number 3 is to make a smoothie. And if you're someone who often struggles with getting enough greens into their diets or even eating enough fruits and vegetables, starting off your morning with a smoothie can be a really easy way to pack a lot of nutrients into the start of your day so that you're able to begin with a bit of a health boost. Plus, because of all the vitamins and nutrients you'll find in smoothies, they're also a great way to give yourself energy early in the morning. And on top of that, they only take a few minutes to make, are an easy way of getting breakfast, and taste delicious. Number 4 is to open the windows, and there's nothing like bringing fresh oxygen into your home to really just revitalize any room. Especially overnight, our homes can often develop something of a stuffy feeling to them. And so by opening up your windows, you're going to be allowing the oxygen to circulate freely throughout your home, which is not only going to cleanse your home, but also give you more fresh air and energy. I love this next one. Number 5 is to identify your top 3 priorities for the day. And while writing to-do lists are helpful, I think we can often get bogged down in the sheer number of tasks that we need to accomplish. But the truth of the matter is, there are usually just a few things on our schedules that if we accomplish those items, we'll have had a productive day. And so identifying and writing down those top 3 priorities that you have for the day can be a really powerful element of your morning routine because it can help you to identify and focus on what is important to accomplish that day, and it's going to give your work throughout the day direction. Number 6 is to drink a tall glass of water, and many of us go throughout our lives without ever consuming the proper amounts of water that we need. And water is something that is so fundamentally important to the overall operation of our bodies. And so drinking a tall glass of water each morning can be a fantastic way to jumpstart your hydration for the day and make sure that you're not trying to get into work before you're properly feeding your body with the liquids it needs. Number 7 is to read a chapter of a book, and I think many of us will often at the beginning of each year commit to saying, I want to read more. But by never scheduling it into our days, it ends up being a dream that isn't a reality. And of course, this one is more than just about reaching your goals. Reading is a fantastic way of feeding your mind, learning about something new, or even just practicing mindful entertainment. And this one might take a bit longer than some of the other habits we've discussed already, but if you think about it this way, if you wake up just 20 minutes earlier each day, you can easily fit this one into your schedule. And how great is it going to feel when at the end of the year, you'll have not only met, but exceeded your reading goal. Number 8 is to go for a walk, and this is a great one because it combines several of the elements that we've already talked about. You're able to get your body moving early in the morning, you're getting fresh air, and then being outdoors is also a fantastic way to just begin your day with some appreciation and gratitude. I don't know about you, but it's very hard for me to go on a walk or to be in nature without just being thankful for the incredible world that we've been given. And no, it doesn't need to be a long walk to be able to achieve some of the benefits we've talked about. Just spending 10 or 15 minutes walking down the street, the greenway, or your neighborhood can be a great way to get your body moving and spend some of that all-important time outdoors. Number 9 is to listen to a podcast, and especially early in the morning when maybe our brains aren't fully awake. Listening to podcasts can be a great way to just slowly get your brain working. And going back to with what we were talking about books, with feeding your mind, listening to a podcast can be a great way to learn something new each day and make expanding your mind and your knowledge a part of your everyday routine. Number 10 is to take care of your skin, and the actions that you take today can have a long-term impact on what your skin is going to look and feel like long-term. Plus, our skin is the largest organ that we have in our body, and much in the same way that we try to take care of our other organs by eating healthfully, getting enough water, it's important that we consider how we're caring for our skin as well. And this is something that can be as complicated or as simple as you want it to be, but taking a few minutes to engage in some skincare can be a great element to add to any morning routine. Number 11 is to write down 5 things that you're grateful for, and this is an incredibly powerful habit that can have a dramatic impact on how you feel throughout the rest of the day. When we spend time engaging in reflection on what we're grateful for, it lifts our entire mood and gives us a brighter mental outlook throughout the day. Okay, number 12 is to let light in. And if you ever struggle with waking up as soon as your alarm goes off in the morning, this might be a habit that you want to keep in mind. By letting daylight into your room as soon as your alarm goes off, it can help you to wake up faster as your body sees the light and responds to it by bringing some energy to your morning. Number 13 is to meditate. And especially if you often find yourself distracted or even just chasing around thoughts throughout the day, practicing meditation daily can be a great way to get centered and focused before your day really begins. On top of that, it can also help you to set intentions and to relax so that you can go into your day a bit more calm and level-headed. Number 14 is to make a tea or coffee, and I think that these two have sometimes gotten a bad rap. But personally, I'm a big fan of the concept of hygge. I love things that are warm and cozy, and for me, tea and coffee definitely fall into this category. Now, of course, you want to make sure that you're not going overboard and loading these up with sugar, but tea or coffee with a bit of milk or cream can be a great, inviting, and warm way to start your morning. Plus, especially when we're talking about tea, but it also applies to coffee, there are a lot of antioxidants and good nutrients that can be found in these beverages. So while we want to be consuming them in a healthy amount and in a healthy manner, they can be a great addition to a morning routine. Number 15 is to take a shower, and whether you want to go for the traditional warm shower or the extremely energizing cold shower, a shower can be a great ingredient of a morning routine because it can make yourself feel clean and well-groomed. I feel like most people either fall into the category of being a morning shower person or a night shower person, but personally, when I made the switch from taking showers in the evening, 2 showers in the morning, I felt much more clean, energized, and ready to be productive throughout the day. Next up, number 16 is to list out everything that you want to accomplish that day. And we talked earlier about how it can be helpful to identify your top priorities for the day, but doing a brain dump and listing out everything that you want to accomplish in a given day can also be a really helpful practice in that you're able to get everything out on paper and are then able to organize that information and make a plan so that you can figure out how you can best and most effectively tackle the tasks that you have to accomplish that day. Number 17 is to lay out your clothes the night before, and this is a morning routine element that you're actually doing in preparation for the morning, but it can be a really helpful way of just giving yourself one less decision that you need to make in the morning. Plus, if that decision has already been made for you, likely when you are more awake to make it, you're not going to have to spend 10 or 15 minutes waffling back and forth on, okay, what am I going to wear today? Number 18 is to make someone you love feel special, and this is a small, quick ingredient of any morning routine, but it can have a huge impact on someone else's day. Saying I love you to someone you live with, sending a text to someone you miss, or even calling someone briefly can all be great ways of just expressing your love and appreciation for the people who really do add so much value, love, and joy to your life. Number 19 is a great one, and that is to get fully dressed even if you work from home. I'm a big believer that getting dressed is much more than a physical action. When we get dressed, we mentally prepare ourselves for the day and say, okay, I'm ready to be productive and get the things that I need to done. And so even if you're working from home or maybe trying to have a productive Saturday, I think that we can all benefit from the daily habit of getting dressed even if there's no one to see. And finally, let's end with a fun one. Number 20 is to spend time on a hobby. Whether you want to spend a few minutes working on a puzzle, an art piece, caring for plants, we all have different hobbies, but if you're interested, I'd consider spending a few minutes just thinking through what are some fun, simple things that I could do in the morning to be able to bring a bit of joy into my life by practicing a hobby that I have. So those are the 20 ideas of different elements that you can incorporate into the start of your day to craft the perfect morning routine for you. And like we were talking about earlier, I don't want you to try to take on every single one of these, but think through what are a few of these elements that you want to incorporate into your morning routine so that you can create a recipe that works for you, that serves your mental, physical, and emotional goals. And then maybe once you've mastered a few of these, you want to add in a couple more elements, you can tweak and refine this to fit your personal needs and lifestyle. But I hope this gives you a starting point to say, okay, how can I craft a morning routine that's going to be perfect for me? All right, well, I hope this was helpful for you and that you maybe learned something or have some ideas now to act on. If you enjoyed this video though and you want to see more like it, be sure to hit that subscribe button below for more minimalism and intentional living videos coming at you twice a week. Also, if you're looking for more morning routine or intentional living inspiration, be sure to follow me on Instagram. I am at ashlynne.eaton on there. And finally, if you made it to the end here, I would love it if you would comment down below what is your favorite element of your morning routine, or maybe what is one habit that you want to begin incorporating to your morning routine. Be sure to comment that down below though. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.